Hello and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I'm just bringing you what I carry with me for Pota. Pota parked on the air, some of you may know. Quite a big fan of Pota, so this is all my kits here. I'll have to go into a bit more detail. So apologies for the channel here, everything is carried in a 45 litre Molly rucksack with a TQ on for easy access, some trauma shears and some glow sticks in case you operate at night, which I do, just in case I need it. So this is all the kit laid out in front of you, all in that bag. So without further ado, so we'll start with what supports my antenna. If I use a wire antenna, so you got a decathlon mast, fiberglass mast. I think it's like 6 meters long. Telescopic, it's about 2 foot, if that, in length. That will go from my wire antenna. I'll explain to you that in a moment. With that antenna wise, I have got one of these AliExpress whips, so that's 5 meters and a bit long, ground stake, one of these connectors. Black tape on there signals to me that that is the ground spike, which will go on there. On top of that, I've also got the radials here. Maybe that should be over there. So that's one antenna. As a contingency in this black bag, I've got a second antenna. So I open this bag up here. It's a little toolkit as well. It's a homebrew 9-to-1 Unon, wrapped around there some SOTA beams, lightweight wire, I think 17 foot, thereabouts. I'm not too sure on the specifics at the moment. Obviously I've got it off online, you can do some research. In this kit you've got various guy wires, various bits of rope, you've got temp heads for the holding this pole up, a pair of pliers and some carabiners there. So just quickly going back, these are the guy wires. On this pole we've got the wrap with some ears on there, which will clip some carabiners on there to ground wires. On top of that, so that's a antenna, which is this one here. Second antenna is a wire antenna. And then obviously in this kit you've just seen what's in it. Bit of tape there just in case, you never know. Right, let's move it on. Okay, so let's move it back a bit. So from the antenna we'll go to the coax. So here I have got, ignore that one for the moment. In here I've got 2 bits of coax, one which is about 1 meter long, a patch lead shall we call it, and the other which is about 4 meters long. It is RG Mini 8. Yes, it's not flexible, yes it's heavy, yes I could go lighter. It's not a long run, but it does what I need it to do. So that's your coax. And then have one of these homemade 1-to-1 choke. Okay. That is to stop. So we'll have me 4 meters from the antenna of coax going to the choke, and then patch lead from the choke to either my radio or tuner, depending on my setup. That's to stop any RF going back direct into the radio. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to teach you how to suck eggs in relation to that. But yeah, so in terms of that, what else have I got? Up here you can see I've got a nano VNA. Keep it in this little kit with everything in there. I've also got one of these connectors. Okay, to help me measure my SWR. That is more important for when I operate using this antenna. I'll only hold this one up, you know what I mean by it, so I can tune it, and I don't have to use a tuner with it, so I can adjust that whip to get the SWR down. Again, not teaching suck eggs, I'm sure it's explained on YouTube. If not, I can do another video on it. So that meter allows me to measure the SWR, and I don't need to use a tuner with it. So if I'm not using a tuner, obviously my coax patch lead will go straight in the back of the radio afterwards. Underneath that, I've got one of these cheap little mats, little fold out £1 it cost me. You know what, stops my backside from getting cold. It's a nice little cushion. Top of that is a foil blanket. Okay, yes, okay, if I get cold, much situations, plus if I get lost or anything, silver, it's going to be for that light, isn't it? On top of that, I've got both end radio. Always use my 82, never had an issue with it. Just a 2 and 7 there. Next is a battery. That battery is a eco-worthy 20 amp hour on that, but Anderson power pole connectors. Okay, next up is a radio. Okay, that's GAC 891. Inside there it's got a power lead with cable with Anderson power poles. Inside there it's also got a patch lead for tuner to radio or radio tune, whichever way you look at it, and obviously the standard mic. So that's my operating conditions. This, don't worry about it too much just yet, I'll tell you about it at the end. Next we've got a plastic bin bag. Okay, if it rains, bin bag. If it's cold and I have to stay out, bin bag. You know, bin bags have got multiple usage, not just for waste, believe it or not. So where am I? So on top of that, I've got a bag of connectors and spare batteries. Okay, got various SL239 couplers. Whatever needed to make my own antenna. For example, if my 9-to-1 unon broke, I could make a dipole or a long wire or just something out of this. Obviously got the relevant connectors. I've got 2 batteries, 2 Bofeng 82 spare batteries there, all inside this pouch. Okay, so on top of that, carry wet wipes. You never know when you need them. Muddy hands, you fall over, your gear gets dirty. You have a snack, you don't want to get sugar or sticky hands over your radio. Just always handy to one. Inside my bag, I've not mentioned it, I've got a clear plastic bag. Again, multiple usage, could be a waste bag, could be protect someone from getting wet, could be anything that, yeah. Could be if I put that on the end of my fiberglass pole if it's been on muddy ground, so I don't muddy my bag up, you know. Plenty of usages. Also got a pack of tissues there, you never know when you're going to need them. So, coming back to it, I have got notebook, 10 pence, spare ones. So on top of that, compass just in case you need it. Blade fuses, again, just in case I need it. Go on the radio, different sizes, I think like 20 amps, which will go on there. Survival bag, again, speak to yourself. I'm not going to say what they're called, but trauma bandage, obviously they've got different names. Time of the world, I can't say it. Battery meter there. Okay. So it's a 20 amp hour, that'll last me about 4 to 6 hours. On off, depends on my cycle. When I say cycle, I mean receive to transmit. So yeah, and then underneath that, got a flag, which is the parks on the air one. So yeah, that's where we are, that's what I'll have for Pota. Get any questions, please ask, feel free to. Usually I had a bottle of water in there, a couple of torches, spare batteries for that, some snacks, whatnot just to keep me going, maybe some maps depending where I'm going. For login I usually use my phone with the Pota, I think it's Pota 2K login software, got no issues with that, it's great software, good bit of kit. Normally I have waterproof pants on as well, they're not included in this video. Again, self-explanatory, but usually that's what I carry for a Pota activation. Sorry, just before I forget, that is a 2 meter flower pot antenna. Okay, I've got the relevant couplers for that to go into the Bofeng, wherever it is. There. So again, string that up the mast. Recycle these connectors so it doesn't swing around in the wind. Put it on, and yeah. I took this up to the Cloud, it was. No, sorry, Shining Tor. Operating 5 watts, put it on the top end of a 6 meter pole. You can do your research into how tall the Shining Tor is, but got up and down the country on it on 5 watts. A booming signal of 5.9. So it was in Cheshire and I was getting out to Newcastle, Leeds, places like that with it. So nice simple coaxial antenna, coaxial dipole, so if I wanted a better word, but yeah, I'll do another video on that if needed. But yeah, it works a treat. So that's my setup. Again, all inside a black molle bag, but I just thought I would share with you why carry on a Pota activation Yeah, but 73s and signing off.